Major breaking news here at Occupy Democrats. And just when you thought the Trump sycophantosphere couldn't get any worse, you will not believe in this breaking story the level of the GOP and Republican party's human hypocrisy, because it's reached the level of disgusting. I want to show that story to you in just a few seconds. You will not believe it. But earlier today, South Carolina House Rep Nancy Mace, who is a self-proclaimed abuse survivor herself, was walking after leaving, talking with the Epstein victims. This breaking. Representative Nancy Mace walked away in tears, visibly shaken after meeting with Epstein victims. This is the same Congresswoman who once claimed there is no Epstein list and pushed for cushy prison deals. Now the receipts are in her face. The survivors are speaking, and it's rattling the protectors. And let's bear in mind how self-righteous and maybe truthful and honest she was on the House floor when she first exposed her experience. This.
South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace taking to the House floor to publicly accuse 4 men, including her ex-fiancé, of what she described as heinous crimes against women, including herself.
I'm going scorched earth. So let the bridges I burn this evening light our way forward.
Then she gets questioned a bit, claiming this was actually being attacked. This.
South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace says she was physically accosted by a transgender advocate on Capitol grounds. The reported assault has become controversial, with some advocates disputing the Congresswoman's account, just as the lawmaker showed back up to work Wednesday, seen in the hallways wearing a brace. According to a filing Wednesday in D.C. Superior Court, police say a Congress member reported that McIntyre took her hand with both of his hands and shook her arm up and down in an exaggerated, aggressive handshaking motion that lasted 3 to 5 seconds. The filing states she was experiencing pain in her wrist, arm, and armpit shoulder due to the incident.
Oh yeah, she's not leaving any scorched earth when it comes to her. But let's remember, she is someone who feels she's been through this.
Mace, without specific evidence, spent close to an hour detailing allegations, including rape, and filming women and young girls without their consent. She accused her ex-fiancé, Patrick Bryant, of being at the center of the scheme, which she says she uncovered on his phone.
I found myself face to face with the darkest corners of humanity.
And despite being in the darkest corners, she still, despite everything, in this breaking story, not only cries and walks out, but just hours later, completely defends Trump at a disgusting level, hard to even talk about. This breaking story.
Emotional Nancy Mace breaks down at Epstein horror, then immediately shields Trump. Representative Nancy Mace, RSC, defied President Donald Trump to vote to advance the release of files from the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case, but then quickly stepped in to give a full-throated MAGA defense of Trump's own involvement with the late financier. Mace was one of a small handful of Republicans to sign the discharge petition from Representatives Ro Khanna, DCA, and Thomas Massie, RKY, compelling the release of the remaining Epstein files. The Trump administration has warned GOP lawmakers that backing the petition is a hostile act against Trump, and Massie, a frequent thorn in the side of GOP leadership, hit back by suggesting Trump may be covering for some rich and powerful people that are friends of his. For her part, Mace is herself a sexual assault survivor and was visibly emotional after listening to testimony from those victimized by Epstein, being seen striding away from the vote in tears. She would later confirm on social media that the experience gave her a panic attack. However, on Wednesday, she took to X again to clarify that not only does she not blame Trump for his own involvement with Epstein, but she considers him the hero of the story. President Trump is the one who banned Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago. President Trump is the one who cooperated with the feds to get this guy, wrote Mace. President Trump is the one who is committed to protecting women and kids. In reality, aside from the long string of women who have accused and, in one case, successfully sued Trump for sexual misconduct, experts who have followed the story say Trump's claim to have banned Epstein after he poached young girls from his club doesn't add up and is contradicted by a timeline in which Trump was publicly praising Epstein for years after that.
I've seen a lot of hypocritical things in my life. I'm sure you have as well. Some of us are guilty of hypocrisy. It's kind of a human condition. And yet, when you start discussing physical abuse that she discussed, scorched earth. Anyone who's been a survivor of that, and I'm sure you might be, you may have friends that are, I certainly do. But to actually go in and sit and talk with these folks, to actually have gone on the House floor as an elected representative and claim that this, and I believe Nancy Mace, that she was abused. I believe her. But then to have lived that, done that, stated that, then tried to pretend you were attacked when someone just shook your hand, overtly or hardly, whichever that may have been that day, but to go in and talk to the victims and come out and then flip-flop completely, exonerating Trump in your own mind, giving a nice sound bite to Fox News, is absolutely on the worst level of disgusting human hypocrisy I can possibly come up with. It is unbelievable, and it will not stop from the GOP and the Republican Party. You guys stay frosty.